This is the head brewer at West Hallam at Nutbrook Brewery, and Chris. So what is the process that goes into to doing these beers, basically?
Well, first of all we have is something called the malt. Now this stuff's used to make all the sugars that you need to convert to alcohol, basically. It also gives you different colours, and as you can see, this is a very, very pale malt.
Okay.
This is going to give you a very pale ale.
Right.
I mean, you can use all kinds of different malts to give you different colours, different flavours as well.
Okay.
So here
Right.
we have a different kind of malt. This is called crystal malt. And basically, if you see, it's a lot darker, it's a lot richer, and it's more roasted. Basically, it's a different kind of malt to this. It's just burnt. It's just roasted quite a lot longer.
And is that the one that gives you the sort of the stout?
This one in particular, this is called crystal, and it gives you kind of like a mid-range kind of bronzy colour.
Okay.
It depends how much you put in, of course, how it's going to be.
Right.
If you're going to make a stout or something like that, you use one which is burnt for a lot longer.
Okay.
Basically, that's this stuff, and as you can see, it's very black. You can see why the stout gets its colour.
Okay. Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the next stage from having the different types of malts available?
Well, basically, you mix them all up depending on what kind of beer you like.
Okay.
And also, the amount of malt that we use depends on how alcoholic you want it, of course.
Right. Okay.
So basically, what we have to do to work out first of all, when you're designing a beer, what you have to do is think of what kind of alcohol percentage that you want. So, say if you wanted like a 4.8 or something like that. What we have to do is we have to calculate how much sugar we can extract from the grain.
Okay.
So if you have a look, for example, up on this board, we're making one called Great Scott, which has been designed by somebody called Scott, and he's coming on to brew with us today.
Oh, okay. And so that's what you do here. I mean, you do have different people come in and asking you to produce beers for them as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Put their own labels on it, sort of thing.
We do a special thing called Design a Beer.
Right.
Basically, it allows somebody to come along for the day.
Yep.
Like you've come down today.
Yep.
They come along and they design the beer, and then they come for the whole day. They brew it with us. They see all the ins and outs of how you make it.
Okay.
And we take it for lunch afterwards, and then they go home happy. They make beer.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, they get 72 pints of it as well.
72 pints of beer.
Yeah.
Right.
In any form.
Brilliant.
So we like to put in bottles for them and bottle labels.
Yeah.
And they usually do it for special occasions,
Right.
like weddings, birthdays.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.